Hello, everybody. All right, this is bad. What's going on? You know what's funny? I was doing the smile that I normally do, but then I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta do the intro." Whoopsies! All right, let me reset myself. Let me rewind here.
Parker Sellies.
Matter of fact, start the whole thing over again. Hit the button, start it over. Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to PCG Live. That was not take two at all on my
Hey.
screen. Not at all whatsoever. That was first take always.
First take always, baby.
Andre, you're back.
I missed y'all, man. You know, these movie premieres, Kyle, they be killing me. You know, I got the shirt on for last week. Lion King. Went to go see it, premiere.
Nice.
Got an autograph from the director, actually.
Ooh.
Lucky goers were able to get autographs to see.
Nice.
Really cool. But yeah,
That
these movies been killing me, Kyle. They've been killing me, but I can't complain. Been able to take my family and have a good time. But I'm glad to be back. Let me get back on track now and get back into gamer mode.
That's right. But before we get into anything, Andre, I haven't done this in a couple weeks because I need you to do this because Van's not good at drum rolls.
I got you.
Drum roll, please. We are currently 35 days, 18 hours, 40 minutes, and 28 seconds until PAX West 2019.
Jesus, man. 35 days, Kyle?
Hey, muchachos!
5 days
Call me Shiny Head.
until PAX West.
That's crazy, man.
No one cares about PAX West. Why are we talking about PAX West?
He had to do
You
his
know
drum.
what? See what happens when Van babies out and doesn't go to Seattle?
Oh.
Kyle,
See what happens
you know
when
why Kyle's going?
the Gears of War fan doesn't want
God,
a
we're
Gears
not
of
gonna
War movie?
We're not going to do that right now. We're going to save
could.
that for later. That could actually be a main topic because we can talk about movies being
No,
games
we're not
anyway.
doing. That's not.
But-
that does not warrant a main topic.
Listen, Kyle only wants to go to Seattle, not for PAX West, not to go see Seattle, not because it rains all the time, not to see the big point. It's because you want to go to Nintendo's headquarters, you slick bastard.
Are you gonna go visit them?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I told
Why
you.
wouldn't I go there and take a picture?
I mean, I don't know. After today, I don't know if I trust anything that you say that you love. No more. I don't believe it.
Wow.
I don't believe it. You don't love Nintendo. Oh, Kyle.
We have a special relationship, you know. It's a very love-hate relationship.
It's a love. It's a
That's
love
the one
hate.
that Van always talks about, the young girlfriend relationship.
Yep.
That's why.
What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? This has been a while since we've had everybody on the show.
Yep.
I love this show. I love what we do. Mm-hmm. We've been doing it as a squad of us three for about 3 years now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Close to 3 years. Yeah.
Close to 3 years now. So this is fantastic.
Feels like it's been forever.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I got to say, as long as I've been doing this, this is the most serious that I've ever done it. Mm-hmm. Me and Chris, started with the PCG Live thing, just me and him. Actually, no, Kristen wasn't even the one that started. I started with my brother and a couple friends, and that was great. That was cool. And then I took on with my old friend of mine, Chris, and we took it on from that, and we took it on for a couple of years, and then met Andre, added Andre to the scene, and then we got to meet Kyle, and then added Kyle to it. So I think, through the years it's evolved, and this has been an incredible evolve that we've had, and now I think we've found a core.
Oh, yeah.
We stream every week besides if something special happens. Last week was technical difficulties.
Major.
We still could have done it with vocals, but we always want to make sure we do it right. We always want our stuff to be top notch. We've always been trying to work with a lot of different things. We've added the Elgato Stream Deck to kind of add a more twist to things, and that's our goal now. Is we always want to provide the best, and we're working on a lot of things for the future to make our show even better. We really want to take it to the next level. So We just hope everyone that does watch enjoys it with us, and that's always our goal. So, thank you everyone that support it. Soon you guys will be able to support physically to help us grow as well. So, we just want to be able to provide everyone the content that you guys deserve. So.
I mean, this
Yes.
camera got us looking real HD right now. I just noticed, like, Van got the shine right now. and I'm
Don't let
looking
anything fool
clean.
you. It's the baldness that makes the camera look better.
That's
So,
what it is. That's what it is.
His baldness immediately transformed from 720 to 4K.
yeah, it was just like, hey man, you shave that hair, it's like 4K, instant 4K.
Yep.
So, but no, there's a lot of things that I've learned. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've just learned to dedicate some time and effort into specific things to make things better, because it definitely makes it worth a better experience for the viewers, and that's what it's all about now. So we provide the content. Now it's time to go to the next thing, and I think we've been doing a fantastic job with the content,
Yeah.
if I
Yes.
do say so
We've
myself.
come a long way, man.
Yeah.
From day one to this. For me, having computers that don't work. Still having a computer that doesn't work, but at least I come by here now and.
Told you, man.
But you did.
Come see Dr. Van. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, we have a good time, man. Like I told Kyle when we started the show, I miss my brothers. These movies been hurting me. They've been coming back to back. Like they just been next. And it's like if you miss one, I lose my sponsorship technically. Like,
Yeah.
They don't give you a lot, so I'm like, I'm glad there's nothing coming out. Except Fast and Furious, which I'm doing on a Saturday. Thank God.
Fast and Furious. I can't wait. That's gonna be good.
That's a Saturday, by the way. So I'm pretty much clear for a while now. I'm like, good. Now I can get back into gamer mode and show my brothers because I miss these shows, man. Like I always miss doing.
It's a great show. It's a good time. It's fun for us because we get to do what we love to do, and that's talk gaming. Which I love that I'm able to share that once a week with you guys, and then getting to share it with the community. And lately we've been having a lot of good feedback, people in the chat, and that's always a good time. I hope my friend John's with us this week because I know you definitely have some good topics to do in here. Super John, so something about Super John you guys don't know him. Super John is from the fighting community. So he plays fighter games, and his number one fighter game is Mortal Kombat. From what he told me, as far as I'm concerned, he plays all fighters. So his favorite being Mortal Kombat is a new thing for me. So and he is almost, and Super John, whether you admit it or not, which I know you will, he is almost like the villain of the fighting community. Everyone sees him as the bad guy.
Oh, so he's the not shake your hand when you're done.
Yeah. But no, he's a great. But the thing about him is he cares so much about the community, and like he's cared so much for PCG, and that's why I always look out for him. And I'm like, dude, I will always stand up for you. Like always stand up for you. A couple of people that the community see as bad guys, dude, they have loved and supported PCG from the beginning. And I love that about that. You know, a lot of people in the industry for basketball seen Jordan as the bad guy because, when you get on the court with him, you do not want to be on the court with that guy. You know what I mean? Because he's not your friend. And that's what, John is like to me, man. Like, he's looked out for PCG since day one. And I want him to know, like, I'll always look out for him as well. He's just that guy that, like, dude, I'm not here to be a friend. I'm here to be a competitor. Yeah. And if after you want to be my friend, then cool, let's do that. But meanwhile, while we're playing, man, we're not cool. Like,
I like that, though. I like that.
Yeah.
It mixes it up. You don't want everybody the same. Like, everybody can't be me and Kyle playing the game happy and giving you tips on how to win.
I disagree on some of his approaches, but that's Mr. Nice Guy Van, where I pretend everyone's a friend. So, but but other than all that, the show has been fantastic. It's a great way to relieve myself. It really keeps my gamer side still alive because, especially something I need right now, because running a business in the gaming industry, it's been very tough mentally, and I don't get to play games as much. And you guys help motivate me to try to get into it, to stay up to date. And if it wasn't for you guys, like, I probably wouldn't be as up to date with the stuff that I am with, due to the fact that I don't need that information to run the business. But it helps. Every bit of it helps. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me on my toes, and then I love it. I love it. So.
Speaking of playing games.
He doesn't even know about this.
I'm waiting for it.
I don't know why you can't hear it.
It says 3.
It did it. It's doing it. But I don't know.
I can't hear it?
I don't know why we can't hear
He's
it.
playing. They're showing the sound.
I can't hear it. Not everybody else can.
I don't know. No, we can't.
I know, but that's why I said, but everybody else can.
You can hear it, Kyle?
No, I couldn't.
Oh.
Let me try it now. Let me see if we can hear.
Darn it.
Why can't we hear it?
No.
I bet you it's playing out of another
Probably.
sound card, which I just found a new sound card for some reason, which I don't know why.
The technical difficulties continue.
Yeah, I know, right? It's all your fault.
I know, right? I started it last week.
All right, ready? Let's try now. Ah!
There it is.
Segway!
Love that.
Segway.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely.
Segway train.
Segway train.
Segway train.
Yeah, we're going to be adding a lot more different sound effects, cool things. Dude, I'm telling you, we're growing. We're getting big. We're big.
Bigger.
We've got sound effects.
But go ahead, Segway.
There's a question we haven't asked each other in a while. and
Oh,
I think it's
shit.
appropriate.
Don't even ask me. I don't even know. I'm
I
afraid.
am.
He said I am.
Go
I
ahead.
am.
Go ahead.
Because we kind of have to. Hey, guys, what have you been playing lately?
You guys can go first because your guys' answers
well-
are probably a little easier than mine.
Well, for me, before I say my answer, I want to give a huge shout out to my two sons. They have beat Ocarina of Time, Kyle, both at the same time.
Very proud.
On the 3DS.
Nice.
Big accomplishment, and I owe them both a new game because I told them they wouldn't be able to beat it in the time frame they did. They both were on Ganon at the same time, having a hard time. Both beat it at the same time, and now they're on to Majora's Mask. They absolutely love it. Now they see why Dad always talks about Ocarina of Time. And my son, now they want to play every Zelda in line. I'm like, there is no order. Just play them.
Yeah, just play 'em.
But shout out to them.
I mean, there is, but we don't want to go.
Yeah. So
We don't
shout
wanna
out
do
to
that
them.
again.
Shout out to them.
We're going to do that again?
No, we don't want to do that again. No, please.
Still have a headache from the last
I
time?
love Zelda, but
My
that,
son
no.
Phil's Breath of the Wild is the first one technically because of how it's set up and how I'm like, we're not going to do that. But he said that's why.
Oh, Breath of the Wild. No,
I already explained that, Cal. But like I said,
Can I say something about Breath of the Wild?
Uh-huh.
I want to say something about Breath of the Wild, though. I found somebody that has the same exact opinion about Breath of the Wild as I do. And to the point that I didn't even mention how I felt. I let them spill their heart out, and it was to the T exactly how I felt about it. So I want to put that out there.
well, if you went to GameStop with me, you would have the biggest round. Every time I go into GameStop, they bring this up to me purposely because they want to get.
That doesn't make me feel better about my opinion.
No. The reason I'm saying that because remember when you talked about Breath of the Wild, I kind of agreed on a lot of points you made.
Yeah.
But there's a guy that loves Breath. There's a guy that loves Majora. There's a guy that loves Wind Waker. And then there's a girl. That debate can go on.
Again, I don't want to make it like I don't like Breath of the Wild because it's a good game, but to me it's not Zelda, and there's a lot of points.
Well, you might as well get used to it because all the rest of them are gonna be like this.
I heard different. I heard different.
Nah, Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be the same as Breath of the Wild 1. With
I heard different.
Baby temples in music, right? Yeah. Am I right, Kyle? They're gonna add
Possible.
maybe some type of music like that little bird that's playing the harp.
I think if they added temples, I bet you that would make an entire different experience for me. I bet you that would make me I missed that. That was huge in Zelda, man. I loved what's the next temple I gotta go to? What's the next what's the next weapon am I gonna get? That's what I loved about Zelda. So but I digress.
But what I'm playing, Kyle, I just had to say that because that's a big accomplishment for my two boys.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Now they're doing Majora. We'll see how that goes.
Good.
But I've been playing, actually, I got back into Assassin's Creed because the DLC has came out. They added Greek mythology in it. Now Assassin's Creed pretty
that's
much.
my shit.
Yeah, now Assassin's Creed has pretty much become.
God of War.
Yeah, if you want to. If you want to put.
I'll say it.
Wait. Is Greek mythology Zeus in them or that's
Yes.
Norse?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not Greek mythology. It's Medusa and those ones. Is Medusa in them in the same line? Medusa, Hermes.
That is Greek.
That is Greek, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. Now they're in the because you fight you get to fight Cerberus and Medusa and Cyclops. They added that into this and added a whole nother game to what it already was, and it's only $25 right now for anyone that doesn't have it. But Odyssey has been the open world in that game I've never seen a game like even Breath of the Wild where the open world doesn't end. It's too many missions. You get overwhelmed at a certain point. But they started tying those into each other's story.
Yeah, that much of an open world just drives me crazy.
No. So this is why I like it. I got off of it because it was too open for me. What they did was the side missions that were scattered on one island. Now they tied them in together and they made them a story. So when you're doing one, it's but now continue this to get this part and then this to get this. So they made it make more sense, and they added mercenaries that hunt you. So if you kill humans now, regular innocent people, in the other Assassin's Creed, it would say that assassin didn't do that at that time. So it would say do it again, you're going to be desynchronized. Now you kill them, and there's a bar on the bottom that goes up and up and up like Grand Theft Auto, but you have mercenaries coming after you that have like pet bears and pet tigers, and you're known as the Eagle Bearer because you have a pet eagle that instead of having the Templar vision that every Assassin's Creed has, it has like the you can search the horizon. But Odyssey, Kyle, the first thing I thought about when I played that game, I said, I really, really wish there was a way for them to make like almost a quick demo for people that haven't played Odyssey to get into Odyssey, because it has that Assassin's Creed nasty taste on it. But Odyssey is a whole different Assassin's Creed game, and it is so good. Like, it's not underrated because a lot of people do play it, and it has a huge fan base. But the fact that they added Atlantis into this game, like underground, and like you literally go to Atlantis and you're fighting like Greek gods and all this, it's a perfect game now. That was all it was missing, the whole mythology thing. It took from God of War, but has Assassin. Nothing could be as good as God of War did it, because God of War did it like spot on. But the fact that they have that in the game, and you can fight Medusa, and you can fight some of the old Greek gods and stuff, and get their weapons. Like, I got Poseidon's staff in the game, and it allows you to breathe underwater. Like, little things like that stand out to me, because I'm like, so I get Poseidon's staff, the level on it's strong. Now, all them treasure chests I have a hard time getting, I equip the staff, I literally can go underwater and breathe underwater. Like, little things like that. And then, like, Hades arrows. I have Hades bow and arrows. When I'm using regular arrows, when I shoot them, if I'm using that bow, the arrows automatically catch fire when you shoot them. Things like that are what attract me to a game. Odyssey is doing it well. And the DLC they've been doing, the first ones were bad, but this one has put the icing on the cake. AC is now definitely one of the best games I've ever played. It's in my top, like, 20 all time, easily. So that's what I've been playing.
Interesting. Very interesting. So am I going next then?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ben's still trying to figure out if he even plays the game.
I know I play a game, Dick.
Oh my god. So, your boy's been torturing himself
Oh, God.
in Mario Maker 2
Doing the
quite
big
often.
sayings?
My god, the stages are getting nuts. But they've always been kind of nuts. But I will say this about this Mario Maker. It's a lot. It's more forgiving, but there's a lot of things that they forgave you on in the last one that they don't forgive you in this one. I will say that. But some of the mechanics that they put in the last one, they clean that up so that way, like, you really can't do it in this one, which makes it a little bit more enjoyable. So literally, like, you don't have to do things like jump off of a shell in the middle of the air, which was insanely hard to do. So you don't really have to do stuff like that. There's still little glitches and stuff like that. But if you design a level, like, clean and make things, difficult but manageable, it's a very, very enjoyable game, even for super expert levels.
So I have a few questions for you with Mario World, because I haven't played it. Mario World. With Mario Maker, because I haven't played it.
Yeah.
How is the new 3D World effect and the new Super Mario World effect?
Oh, it's amazing. 3D World is awesome.
It is. I was
3D World is
wondering
awesome.
about that, because I love 3D World. I just felt the worlds were too easy. So now when you're playing them, you're actually playing like hard versions of some worlds now, and like creative versions.
There are quite a few very difficult 3D World levels.
I love that.
I will say that. I actually designed a 3D World level based off of cat mechanics.
That's cool.
The cat mechanics. So, which that is up. It's live. So if anybody wants to play that.
I gotta get the game so I can try these. What about the Mario World? Because Mario World is my favorite Mario
Super Mario World.
of all time.
Like Super Mario World?
Yeah, Super Mario World. Like how they had the feature of like that.
I mean, it's always been there.
I thought that one wasn't there. The Super Mario World, like
Regular Super Mario World?
Super Nintendo one.
Yeah, it's always been there.
Oh, I didn't know that one was there, because I thought like the whole Yoshi thing and all that stuff. I thought that was added with Mario 3D World.
No. Last game had regular Mario 3, Mario World, and New Super Mario.
Oh, okay. All right.
This one they just added 3D World
That's
to
cool,
it.
man. I gotta play it. And you can't make a level that's impossible, right? Like every level has to be able to be beaten, right?
So literally, in order to upload a level, you have to beat the level yourself.
All right, that's cool.
And if you put checkpoints in the level, you still have to beat the level from start to finish and then beat the level from the checkpoints.
Okay,
Because
that's good.
they want to make sure that you can beat it from every single spot.
Yeah, I like that. I kept wondering, like, I kept saying, because I never played Mario Maker, I kept saying
Yep.
I would be real pissed if, like, people are making levels that can't be beat. But the fact that you just told me that makes me want to play it even more. Because then I always know no matter how hard the challenge is, it's beatable, which is really cool.
Oh, absolutely. It just depends on your skill and stuff. Like I'll say it straight up. The first level I made was a Mario World one, and it took me a long time to beat it.
You put a lot of love into that?
I put a lot of difficulty into it, a lot of love into it, but again, like I had to beat that level from start to finish, and then from the checkpoints. The main thing, they always start you with start to finish because that's the hardest thing to do, is to play from start to finish. And then they go to the checkpoints after, which is lovely. I've always loved that. But doing it from start to finish without dying was like torture
Yeah.
for me. But I did it. And then I cleared it from the checkpoint. So now that one's up and loaded as well. Very difficult level.
That's
It's a
cool.
very difficult level.
How
So-
about that level that I
No.
No,
showed
when you
guys?
said no.
No, I'm not even attempting it.
That was from hell. That was like made from hell.
That's the shit that makes me not want to play the game.
Yeah, when you see levels like that, it's like, this has become past Mario. This is Mario, Cuphead, and Meat Boy mixed together.
Those are levels you just ignore.
Yeah.
Completely ignore it. Just go into expert. Like that's a super expert level. Don't just don't go into super expert. You literally can filter everything, which you could actually do in the last one too. But the filtering is a lot better in this one. You can be really specific.
That way you don't get stuck with a level you don't want to do.
Right.
That's cool.
So what you want to do is for you guys, start from easy and just go to expert.
We just,
Don't even
Vincent,
he just insult us like
don't
that.
even.
Vincent, he just
What?
insulted.
He just insult us.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
I'm just saying, you don't want to do super
guys.
expert.
Casa for you guys, Vincent.
For you guys, you don't want to do super expert. Don't do it. Then you'll get stuck with Flame Wheel from Hell stage.
Matadwa Bim says, my first map that I made is an impossible beat the clock map, basically adding a mile-long track, but setting the clock to 15 seconds. Why
I'll
you
do
gotta
it.
do it like that, man?
I'll do it.
Kyle will beat it. See, the thing
I'll
about
beat it.
Kyle, he loves those type of challenge. Like, I don't like to give myself a headache. Kyle likes migraines. Like, I think he got a jar of Excedrin on the side of his PC or his gaming console to just take an Excedrin to get mad on purpose.
All right, I'll say this. One, I don't like migraines. I hate them. With a passion. 'Cause
Obviously.
I get them way too often.
Yeah, same here.
But I do like a challenge.
Yeah, this dude Kyle, Ninja Gaiden, Cuphead, he just loves the challenges. So, Kyle, take him on that map. Take him on that. I want to see you beat. Matter of fact, Kyle, have that beat by next week. So next show you can talk about I did that.
I would need it. I would need the code.
So you know what to do, Matt.
I would need the course ID.
You know what to
Throw
do.
the
Matt.
course up ID up there, bud, and
Throw it
he'll
up there,
he'll
bud.
do it. So my game.
Which one playing?
Your game.
So my game's a little bit more complicated. So my game list is a little bit bigger. So there are 3 games that I'm playing. I'm playing God of War, which I believe I mentioned the last show, saying that I got back into that.
Yay.
I'm playing Breath of the Wild. That's my
Yay.
on the go one. And I'm playing a game called Poke MMO. And Poke MMO is a almost a rip-off version of Pokemon,
That's
made
what
by
you shared to us.
a third party that's an MMO that is actually online. So that's pretty cool. So those are the 3 games.
How is that game? The Poke MMO.
It's like Pokemon Black and White. It's pretty cool. The aspect is just you see friends and things like that on it. But I haven't gotten hardcore into it yet. But
Just messing around.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Just trying to get ready for the new Pokemon game. So, but
Woo, new Pokemon.
that's it. So, but I'm gonna hear my.
Speaking of Pokemon, did you guys talk about that Switch last week? I didn't see last week's episode.
The new Switch?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay,
That's
okay,
actually
okay.
in this topic. So,
You didn't even give Andre the sound effect after he said that.
well, I challenge you, Kyle. I'll be at the lounge Sunday during the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, so I challenge you at the. Kyle doesn't come down to the lounge because Kyle lives too far away.
I
But he
live
can
very
still
far away.
do your challenge by giving the code.
I don't know if you're challenging him to the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament,
Nah, he ain't challenging.
Oh
me
man,
yet.
I'm so out of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
I
it's
used to love
ridiculous.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
So I don't know if that's what you're challenging him to. But I think the challenge that Kyle was accepting is the Mario Maker. So, all right. So we're going on the same topics that we were supposed to go into last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because pretty much nothing really.
Let's cook.
I checked for this week, and nothing really there for that was new. It was basically
Slow week.
So my question to you
reviews.
is: the PlayStation Flash sale still going on? And if it is,
I think the PS and the Xbox One is still going on. I think they are. Think.
Although I
PlayStation.
did click on the PlayStation Store link,
It's not there.
and it says unable to find.
okay.
It's not there.
However, there is a summer sale going
Okay.
on right now.
All right. What do you got for a summer sale?
All right, so the three games that I see right out the gate are Division 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, and FIFA 19.
Yeah, you're gonna see all the sports 19 games going to. You know
'Cause
why?
20's coming.
Because 2020 is coming.
I hate when they do
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
really hate when they do that.
So the summer sale's up. You can save up to 75%, and it ends on August 20th. So we got plenty of time for this sale.
Kyle,
You
what
can
is
get
that on?
notable games. Like I said, Grand Theft Auto 5, we're looking at $15 for it. The Division 2 Standard Edition, we're looking at $38.99. Do I even want to bring up 2K19? Since the new one comes out in October anyway.
It better be 15.
$26. But you
Yes.
can get the Anniversary Edition for $43.
You.
Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2, $38.99.
That's been on sale a lot.
Yes, because not many people are playing
It's
it.
been pretty bad.
They
Can
just
I go
came
on
out with
Xbox
new
on this?
DLC for GTA 5.
Can I go on Xbox
That
on
pretty
this?
much explains Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2 has been.
Needless to say, a great game that's kind of flopping.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
It's a weird way to say it, but anyway, moving on. You can get Injustice 2, the Legendary Edition, for $29.99. Van's current game of the year, Devil May Cry 5, is $39.59.
Oh, if people don't get. Listen, if you don't have Devil May Cry, get that deal now.
Worth.
Get that deal. Mortal Kombat 11 is $50, I'm good. Mortal Kombat 11 is
Where?
$50. Rage 2 is $45.
Where's my copy?
We talked about Rage 2. And we had fears of Rage 2. Yeah, see, yo, get that.
I still gotta play it, but
Get that deal, you guys. That's a come up for that game. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a come up.
hell yeah.
Rage 2, Kyle, how you feel about it being 45? That kind of worries me already with that game.
Well, I mean, it's been out for a little while now.
When did it come out, May?
Not long
for-
enough.
It's been out for a few months.
Games drop in price so much faster now than what they used to.
It's almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
you might as well just wait now.
While we wait on that, you can get Andre and Vance's favorite game of all time, Rocket League, for $9.99.
I hate you, Kyle.
You can get The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition.
If the game
for
didn't suck, I'd
for
play it more.
50. If you didn't suck at the game, you'd play it more. Oh.
No, I don't suck at games. Games suck.
There's no such thing as me sucking at
Hater. Anyway, NHL 19 is $10. That's pretty much the new one's coming out like around Madden time. Let's see. We got Borderlands Handsome Collection. If you, for some weird reason, not have it yet, it is $14.99.
Or if you don't have Game Pass or PlayStation
If you're buying that game at this fucking point, when they were giving it for free for like months, like you're a sucker.
or PlayStation and Xbox.
Like, oh, I always wanted that game. I'm
mean-
gonna buy it
I
since
mean,
I
I will
wasn't paying
say
attention
this.
to video games.
It was free last month, and I never downloaded.
Yeah, but you have it though.
I'm never gonna but I'm never gonna play it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So-
You know, actually, I dropped the ball on something. I didn't realize until somebody asked to play it, and I went to go play it, and I swear to God, I already got it. I never picked up Sonic Mania.
Oh, that sucks. I got that, and I got you got Detroit Become
The
Human.
only reason why I didn't download is because I already had it.
Did you get Detroit Become Human? That was free too.
Yeah, I think I did.
I
Not
got-
that same. It wasn't free that same week, was it?
It was Detroit Become Human and
Oh, I forgot to
Sorry.
download that.
I could have
Oh, well.
swore I did both. I could have swore. I'm so mad. Like, I hate missing PlayStation Plus month.
Kyle, can you explain to me why Fallout 76 is not free? It's 30.
Because Bethesda came out and said that that it'll be fine.
Oh my god, man.
Everything's okay, guys. Arc is really kind of cool.
This is for Kyle. Seems like I cannot generate an ID, so I guess we'll have to do it at the lounge.
Kyle's not coming to the lounge.
We'll have to plan a day, Matt.
If there's no ID, then that means you haven't uploaded the level yet, man. I don't believe you now.
Yeah, but so what he's saying is that you actually have to be able to beat your level. So if you're saying it's impossible to beat, then it's not. They're not going to allow you to upload it. So it has to actually be possibly to beat.
Yeah,
So.
hopefully
Yeah,
got it
you have to
absolutely
beat it yourself first.
Rainbow Six has a good deal. $20 for the deluxe edition.
Rainbow Six Siege is the deluxe edition is $12, but it doesn't matter because apparently Ubi's working on a new Rainbow Six game.
Yeah. Jump Force is 36. That game needs to be $10. What the hell?
It was $10.
It should
Damn.
be. Jump Force is 36, man. That's bull crap.
By the way, best sale I've seen so far: Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2.
Oh, we gotta
Is-
talk about that because
Is 99 cents.
what? If you don't have
Wait,
Plants-
what? Wait,
Plants
what?
vs Zombies 2, you know what?
Yeah, but that game's
Plants
been
vs
free
Zombies:
too.
Garden Warfare 2 is 99 cents.
That's been free too.
Yeah, but Van, 99 cents.
I own
But-
it. It's
I
free.
mean, it is 99 cents.
All right. So did you guys hear the rumor of Plants vs Zombies? There was a leak of a Plants vs Zombies 3.
I hope so.
I flipped out. I flipped when I heard
He
that.
goes, I hope so.
I flipped out when I seen that.
That game was fantastic.
I
It
love,
is a good game.
love Plants vs Zombies.
I played the shit out of that game.
But yes, Kyle, that's $1. You cannot complain about $1.
No. We
See, I
got a
get
few
so
more- we got-
mad with these fucking sales on Xbox because it's like, guess what? Monster Hunter free.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Free, so you don't even need to buy the game.
But it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, but everyone, if you own a Xbox and you only own an Xbox, you're an idiot.
So
I'm
not-
calling this. If you own only an Xbox and you do not have Game Pass,
It
you're an
is.
idiot.
Something wrong with you.
You're an
Now,
idiot.
You know how you know. I can even give you a better reason why. Borderlands, like Kyle said, is 15.
So I'm not an idiot because I own multiple consoles.
No, what Van's saying.
Well,
Correct.
actually, no, I do own Game Pass now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I was gonna
But-
say
am on
you
Game
own
Pass.
Game
But I gotta give
But-
people an idea what Van has a valid point. Borderlands and Gears of War together right now is $20 to buy.
To buy.
Game Pass, you get both of those for free.
Oh.
Hello Neighbor is 15.
This entire
This
top
Is there an
entire
Xbox
list.
sale going on as well?
This is the Xbox sale I'm looking at.
So there's an X. I'm looking at the PlayStation. So there's
Yeah,
an
you were
Xbox
saying
one.
PlayStation. He's been saying
I'm saying
play-
Xbox, while you're
Xbox
saying
games.
PlayStation.
Oh, fango.
No, that's ridiculous.
Excuse my language in Italian.
Van's absolutely right. If you don't have Game Pass and you have an Xbox,
You buy one game, that pays for your month for
for your
Xbox.
month for Xbox. Not to mention doing the hack still, where you can get 36
Well,
months.
but all right, but wait a minute. To be fair, for me, I personally need a physical copy of Gears.
Oh,
Certain
my
games,
God.
no, Cal.
Because
Cal, I'm with that, Cal.
wait,
Certain games.
because I have all other 4 of them.
No,
There's
no.
not another one.
Cal, so,
prior to
okay.
Gear 5.
I told my brother this because my brother will not do digital. But I told him, I get that. When you are a collector, it makes all the sense in the world, especially for certain games.
To be a collector at this state in the game is
Yeah,
dumb.
but
Dumb.
if
You guys are dumb.
No, look. So my brother, like
You're
Kyle,
dumb.
Like Kyle, my brother has the steelbook editions. GameStop has an insane gear. Did you see the Gears 5 pre-order at GameStop, Kyle?
I knew.
So with Game Pass Ultimate, we have the Ultimate Edition for free. All of us
Yep.
do. Anyone that has Game Pass Ultimate has it for free. Download it. But when you get the regular edition, they have one that comes with like a drone. They have one that comes with like a steelbook case. Their GameStop deals are insane. And I never want to get a physical edition, but I mean, it comes with the Jack drone you actually control. Like, I can actually have it home and control the drone, Kyle, from Jack and the blue drone. I was tempted, Kyle. $250, I was tempted, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait, did they name it Jack?
No, it's
On the website?
No, it's something else. It's I'm just.
I know.
giving it-
No, I know what the name of it is because I'll never forget now, because it's the name of my dad's name and my brother's name.
Dave, was it Davey, right? Dave.
It's Dave.
Dave, yep. The new one.
I was like, they named the bot Dave? Oh no! If my brother finds out, I'll never hear the end of it.
But GameStop has their physical copies right now are
Yep.
very, very tempting. Like, they even have a book, a Gears of War book, that has like all the stories, including some hidden stories you won't be able to see in the game. That's how you get people to buy the physical. But overall, other than just getting Gears, you got the Game Pass Ultimate. I'm sure you see in your library was like, damn, this is. a steal and a half. Like, this is literally
Yeah.
the greatest subscription service you can possibly get without even including movie
So,
services.
I mean, I will say this. I'm pretty sure that unless maybe Halo. I'm pretty sure Gears 5 will be the last Xbox game, unless I need a third-party game that's not on Game Pass. Will probably be the last Xbox game I buy, and then I'll probably just use Game Pass for the rest
Just
of them.
download the rest. Halo, Battletoads, everything else that
Well,
comes
that's
out.
my thing. Other than maybe Halo, because I do have.
It's Halo.
Oh no! Wait, no, I don't. I have the Master Chief Collection. Nope, never mind. Not buy Halo.
So now you don't need it no more.
I don't
Just
need.
use
I
the
don't
Game
have
Pass.
all of them. I have a couple of them, but I don't have all of them physical. If I had all of them physical, then it would be different. But I do not have them all.
These deals are just.
We could literally have a whole show of just the deals and stuff. But anyway, on PlayStation, we have Generation Zero at 28. Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition is $12 right now. Titanfall 2 Ultimate Edition is $7.50.
It better be.
Battlefront, we will skip. Dying Light, we will skip. A Way Out is $17.99 if you still haven't played that yet.
People need to play that.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So there's 0 point in buying standard Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare because the deluxe edition on PlayStation costs $1.25.
Oh my god.
The deluxe edition, just saying. So, Division 2 Ultimate Edition is $72. Metro Exodus is $36. Ass Creed Odyssey, $24.
You can't say that title no more, Kyle. All right, they're good again.
That's the only good one, probably.
Crackdown 3 is $29.
Crackdown 3
It's
should be
29.
29 cents.
Vin, I knew that would raise your head seeing that.
Oh my god.
$29.
20
That's too much for the game.
$29
That won't sell.
for a game that we said 2 weeks ago was the worst game
Yeah, and I agreed with that.
of 2019.
Yeah.
My god.
Do you see Darksiders on yours, Kyle?
No, not yet. Oh, Super Hot VR is $17.49. Van.
I might get that.
Last Guardian $12. Persona 5 $14.
Ooh, I gotta get Persona.
Dead by Daylight Special Edition $15. So many people are playing Dead by Daylight again.
I know.
I'm like, really? I'm not hating on it. I've never played it, but let's see. Saint Rose 4 reelected $5. Tetris Effect $25. Fortnite Save the World Deluxe Founders Pack $30. All right, I had to bring it up. Sorry.
Dead Cells $18.
Enter the Gungeon $7.49. Near Automata $26.79. My
pretty good,
current game of the year, Resident Evil 2 $35.99.
25 if you have Xbox Gold. Just saying.
For what, Resident Evil?
Yep, 25.
See, and that's a much better deal because you are playing a shooter on a better controller. Because I would not want to play shooters on the PlayStation controller. Sorry.
Facts?
Let's see. Ratchet and Clank, $15.
Which Ratchet and Clank is that?
Battlefront. What?
Which Ratchet and Clank is that? The newest?
The remastered one.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get that.
Battlefront 2 is $7.50. Let's see. Borderlands. Okay, here's a game that Van should get for his VR. Borderlands 2 VR is currently $25.
Those shooter VR games are so bad. Like Doom VR, because you have to point in direction and teleport, so you teleport in movements. So they don't really work out too well. Yeah, they don't work out too well.
That's kind of weird because you can use the control sticks, right?
No, because they don't have control sticks on the wands.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, that's right, you're using the wands.
Yeah, and they don't do the. They do have control sticks you can add to the wands, but you don't have 4 hands.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, so.
If there were only control sticks on the wand,
Yeah.
Isn't there a D-pad on them though?
Nope.
Or no?
Nope.
They're the buttons.
There's no D-pad.
Nope. Nope.
Well, that kind of sucks then.
That's why
Well,
like
so much for that.
a lot of VR games are better for like the Rift and the Quest because of the fact of like they have that type of stuff. So yeah.
PlayStation, get on your game.
Yeah.
And PlayStation 5 with that.
They do now. They do have a gun that you can get that does have a joystick on it. So for like firewall and stuff, it works out very good. I'm not too sure if you can use it for whatchamacallit.
For Borderlands?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighter
That would
is
be
$20.
sick if you
Kyle.
could. Still to this day, my favorite Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 4, is $8.
Ooh, that's a steal. Dragon Ball
let's see.
Fighter is $20, Kyle.
Nice. Jackbox Party Pack 5 is $18. We literally could have just an episode of sales.
Yeah. Today, yeah.
Really. Dead Cells is $17.50. Mega Man 11 is $23.09. So if you haven't played Mega Man 11 yet,
It's my chance.
I'm just gonna stare at you. If you haven't played Mega Man 11 yet, you need to play Mega Man 11. It's a steal. Speaking of Mega Man, no, I don't need it. Mega Man X Legacy Collection is $14.
Free on Game Pass.
The Quantic Dream Collection. This is interesting. That consists of Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond. Is it Beyond Two Souls? Beyond Two Souls is $12 for all 3 games.
I was gonna say I think Beyond Two Souls is on sale. For Xbox, I think the name came up.
All 3 games are $12. That's a steal. Let's see. Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition, $41.99. Soul Calibur 6 is $20.39.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Jump Force is $30.
No.
I'm just saying. Uncharted Lost Legacy, $15. Nathan Drake Collection is $15. Until Dawn is $15. Life is Strange 2 Complete Season, $30.
23 on the Xbox with gold.
Ooh. Xbox trying to do their thing. Resident Evil 7, if you haven't played Resident Evil 7 for some weird reason yet, that is $17. Shadow of the Colossus, $13.
Ooh, that's a steal. I'm getting that when I go home. I'm gonna go pick that up. I'm gonna go get some money on my card.
Saints Row 4, $250. Killzone. Darksiders 3 is $35.99.
Same price on Xbox. Ori and the Blind Forest is $10 on Xbox.
This list is huge.
We gotta stop after.
Yeah,
we gotta get going.
We can literally
All right.
cover this all day. This is
Couple more, and I'm gonna go. Andre's favorite franchise of all time is currently its deluxe edition is $59.49.
What the hell are you talking about?
Dynasty Warriors 9.
Oh my god, I'm leaving, man. I don't even want to do the show no more, dude. I don't know why Kyle. I seen the game like 5 times and just scrolled past it. Freaking can't stand you, Kyle.
And I think that's it.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. Those are all the sales. And the Dynasty Warriors 9 Season Pass 2 is $35.
Poyo champions.
There's a lot of good sales right now, man. If you don't got any of these games, you better go.
And
Summer
if you don't
sale.
have Xbox Game Pass, you're a fucking idiot.
If you didn't get the,
Because you would have half of these fucking games.
if you didn't get the deal that was going on during Amazon Prime days,
The dollar joint?
What
which
deal?
was $30 for 3 months.
Yeah.
So literally $10 regular Game Pass price. You get Game Pass Ultimate,
Game Pass Ultimate's fire, too.
which is what I did. So
Now, Game Pass Ultimate allows you to pre-order games that...
I don't even think I get to fully try Game Pass Ultimate because I couldn't get the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate installed on my computer because it wanted a Windows update, and for some reason the newest Windows update won't install on my laptop.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I was going to say, you can put it on all the PCs you got now, too. I didn't even think
Yeah, but you can only use one account.
One account, sure.
Yeah, so.
Well, good sales right now.
Anyway.
great sales. I'm going on my Xbox after. Actually, no, I gotta go to bed after this.
Get $100, and then this is when you have like $100 and you just go shopping if you don't have...
When you get birthday money,
Yep.
just go shopping.
All right.
All right. Yes.
He said yes.
This was very interesting.
Southwest flight got
Speaking-
free switches.
Why couldn't
Not
I go?
just free switches, which would have been plenty as it is, but they also all got free copies of Super Mario Maker 2.
It's such bullcrap.
So how did this happen? Explain the story to me, please.
So basically, it's actually very simple. Southwest was doing a giveaway. I don't know if they still are. They might still be doing it. Basically doing a giveaway for free switches on a random flight, I believe. So if you are on that random flight, you got yourself a free Nintendo Switch along with Super Mario Maker 2.
I guarantee you they were all white-haired, older adults that didn't even know what it was. They were like, oh, I got a new phone, John. The husband and wife sit next to John, you got what does this thing do? Guarantee they didn't know. Why are you doing Southwest? The age gap, JetBlue, most young people get on JetBlue. Why are you doing something on JetBlue? You did it on Southwest. Nobody travels Southwest majority of the time, except Kyle maybe. But no one else drives Southwest. Why can't this be on the flight I was just on when I went to LA? Man, I was going to E3, a gaming event.
Oh yeah, they're not stupid. They wouldn't do it at E3 time.
No, are you crazy?
They're gonna give this to people that won't spend the money to buy it.
Yeah.
And now give it to their grandkids.
Give it to their grandkids. Now they're gonna wrap these already. John, wrap it up under the tree. But Christmas is like 11 months away. It doesn't matter.
Literally, Andre has already assumed that this flight was
I know it was, man.
full of a senior home.
There was not one young kid on that flight. I guarantee.
He's
That's not
already
even,
like
This choice was
senior
not
home
random.
trip.
Cal, there was no
Yeah.
pictures. Cal, there was no kids with pictures. I didn't see no kid
Not
going.
one.
It's because they were all elderly. Like, well, what are we gonna do with this, John? Well,
Not one person apparently was a kid on that flight.
no one was a kid. I'm telling you.
Oh my
hopefully
God.
when I go to
You
London,
know
they
there
do
were
this.
kids on that flight. Not gonna.
Daggone kids.
Daggone kids.
Southwest Airlines. Young people get in JetBlue. It's proven, damn it.
Delta, baby.
In Delta.
I'm on Delta. I'm flying Delta.
That's
to
what I'm saying.
Seattle.
That's where the young people
But then I'm
go.
flying American Airline back.
Yes, but no one gets on Southwest.
But it's not United.
No one gets on Southwest. Hopefully when I go to London, they do this. You hear me? Nintendo?
I don't do any of them.
Microsoft? Somebody? I never did a plane before until last month. I'm talking about all this trash. I've only been on one plane in my life. And it was the JetBlue. And it was the whole... And the dude that created Lion King was on my dang plane.
I think I was on Delta when I took mine. I think I took Delta. Can't remember.
The guy, wait, he was on your flight
John Favre, the guy that made Lion King?
when you were leaving LA?
No, when I was going to LA. He was on the plane. Yes.
Really?
Yes, he was coming from Boston to
Yeah.
go to LA. My wife was tripping out. I didn't know it was him until we were leaving the plane. And I wanted to go up to him so bad. I wanted to go up to him so bad, but I was like, I can't be that guy. I can't be that guy.
All depends who it is. I'd be that guy.
About to say, yeah,
That's
I
what-
would
that's
be
what I'm
that
saying,
guy.
like, he's
like
important.
Rod Ferguson?
Yeah, like if it's Rod, if it's LeBron, I would do that. You know, like, hey, what's up, man? You
Oh,
know.
wait, no, LeBron? Whoa,
Yes,
whoa, whoa.
LeBron.
I wouldn't go up to LeBron.
Whoa, no.
I wouldn't go up to him.
What athlete would y'all go up to? Friggin',
Anyone but LeBron.
you're gonna do it like that? You saw the most kindest person outside
The
the
only
NBA,
thing I
outside
would
of the
say-
arena?
The only thing I would say to LeBron is this. I go, LeBron, let me explain something to you.
No, you won't.
On the court, you a punk ass.
You
You are a punk ass on the
You
court.
bitch.
But
Outside of the
in recent events, as far as in real life goes, you're my boy.
He does a lot of good things for the community.
But I won't go into the real life stuff because then we'll get political.
Peyton Manning, LeBron. I wouldn't do Brady.
I could go without Peyton.
I've seen Brady when my son was being born because his kid was being born upstairs from mine, and we got the worst treatment because of that downstairs. Our kids were born the same day, same time, above me. They did not care about me and my wife in that hospital. We got Brigham and Women's. They did not give a crap. So with Brady, I just kept saying, if I go see this girl, I go try to talk to him. I just feel like Brady's that type. Like I go like this, he's like, what are you waiting for?
Like, what do you want?
I know Kobe's that type. I know Kobe's that type.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I said, Lion King dude was on my plane. So when I go to London or when we go to E3 next year, y'all better look out on these young jet lines, young airlines.
You know you guys ever watch Clueless, the movie Clueless?
Yes.
You know the teacher? Bald, like he's not bald, but
I just know that Alicia
hair.
Silverstone is in that movie, and she's beautiful. I'm just facts.
I'm trying to get a visual of what. Now I know.
He was at a train station I was at.
Did you say what up?
No, he was sitting there on top of his luggage. He didn't look too happy.
Are you talking about Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
No. The teacher from the movie.
Oh, the teacher from the movie. Okay, not Paul Rudd.
No. Tell you his name.
I don't freak out over celebrities like that. But the Nintendo thing is funny because I would have been like a little
Wallace
baby
Shawn.
I've
Who?
seen- I've
Wallace
seen him in other
Shawn.
stuff.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. But Kyle, it's funny because I had to do the Lion King on my plane. But if I got a Switch, I would have flipped out way more. Even though I have one, I would have flipped if I had got a Switch on that plane.
Wow.
I just think what my reaction
That's
would be
probably
as a
why
grown
you
man.
didn't get a Switch on that flight.
But Kyle, we're grown men. Can you imagine
No.
us overshining little kids that get, like, if there is little kids on there, I'm going to be worse than them. I'm going to get a Switch and be like, oh, shoot, I got a Switch. The people going to look at me like, this guy's crazy, man.
I mean, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, what the
I'm like, God does love me. I knew it.
Are you sure? Positive? Okay.
I just sent you his picture.
Oh, you sent me the picture?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he was sitting down and on top of his luggage. He didn't seem too happy. There was a huge layover. And
that guy.
my wife was the one that pointed him out. I was in New York. And I was like, oh, I don't think that's him. Like, so we sat there and stared at him for a good couple hours. And then someone finally went up to him and, like, took a picture with him. We're like, oh, yeah, no, that's him.
It's awkward. It's kind of awkward. We see Matt Barnes get off the plane, and like my boy's like, let me get a picture. I hate Matt. I physically want to fight Matt Barnes.
God, please!
If I
I'd
see
tell him to go away.
Listen, Kyle. If I could get a minute with Matt Barnes, I say, yo, let's just square up. Nobody else around. Let's just fight. Like I need to fight you. I don't like his look. I don't like his mug. He was horrible. So he was at the airport. He walks down with his girl. Also, I see everybody going over there. My wife was like, you're into basketball. Why don't you go say hi? I was like, I don't give a damn about him. Nobody
Because
gives
he's a
damn
gross
about him.
human being. That's why.
I was like, hey, I'm good. I ain't into that celebrity stuff. But Southwest, that was nice of you guys. But next time, give it to a little people more color in their hair, not gray heads. Just saying. Wow. Show me a picture,
So
Kyle.
in other words,
Kyle,
Van,
show me a picture of one kid.
Because you got
One kid.
so Van. Because you have gray hairs, you're not allowed to get a Switch now.
I'm bald. What you talking about?
I said Van. With
Yeah,
his
but I'm
beard.
saying I'm bald. But them people had gray hair, Kyle. Not one kid was on the commercial or nothing with
What are you
that.
trying to say, Kyle? I have
No,
more,
I'm looking at.
I
Wait,
have-
whoa. I'm looking out for you.
I have
Andre's
more
the one
color.
saying you're not allowed.
I have more color on my head than I have grays, bro. So don't put me in with that crowd.
I'm talking about
Van,
Rue.
you have more color on your pinky than on my entire body.
I'm talking about Rue.
Just say facts.
Kyle, can I tell you the people that got them switches? Ruth,
Yes.
John, Mary Beth, Susan, Leviatha, Archie.
Leviathan?
Yes, those are the people that got them damn switches. I didn't see one kid in that article when they shared it.
What if there was a kid named Leviathan?
There ain't a kid named Leviathan. You tell me a kid named Leviathan.
Oh my god.
My whole point is it were all old people that got them switches, and it wasn't fair.
Oh my god.
Maybe if airplanes did this more, instead of giving us horrible points that don't ever add up, giving us points talk about, oh, if you get the credit card right now, you can get a chance for a trip to. I'm not going. You're not giving me the trip. So stop lying to me and stop trying to have me raise these points that never add up. They're never going to add up, Kyle. You got to do 10 flights to get one free flight. The heck is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Andre Rants. Brought to you by
I hate
the
airplanes.
Gears 5 Tech Test.
Yes, Gear 5 Tech Test segue. There we go. Press the train, man. It's freaking Southwest, man.
I don't know if this warranted the segue train.
We're on a train out of here. That's what we're on.
All right, that's me and you, Van, out of here, that freaking west.
Yeah, we're on a train out of here.
Oh my god. Anyway, so the Gears 5 Tech Test started last weekend. It will continue on this weekend.
Can't wait.
And your boys got to play a little bit of it this past weekend. Now, I will say this. First night, I did not play, only because I saw all the pictures of everybody saying, you have a 3-hour wait.
Insane.
You have an hour and a half wait.
Insane.
You have this amount of wait. And I was like, damn, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait not playing, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the last 2 days, I ended up playing. And my God.
Yeah. That was my reaction.
My God. This game, polished already.
Multiplayer's back, Kyle. Multiplayer's back.
This game is polished unbelievably.
Yeah.
Runs better than any other gear so far.
I agree.
And this is only in tech test. So basically, they're testing their servers. That's literally if Rod came out on Twitter and said, basically, we are testing the servers, make sure there's nothing wrong with them. That's why there's a tech test.
And that's what I love about Rod, Kyle. You met this guy. I didn't meet him, but I love him. I love him without meeting him. So I can imagine how you feel. But like I had told you with Van, he's the only person, I mean, him and a few others, but the fact that the test, people are forgetting one, that's why I wasn't mad. It's a tech test. This isn't a beta. People have mistaken this for a beta. This is actually before a beta, because they already said they're going to do a beta maybe a month before launch, which would be next month. The tech test, Kyle, I agree. Smooth. I'm going to let you keep getting into it. I just wanted to say I like the fact that Rod came out and said, people, I hear you, and I get the complaints, and I get this and that. But please understand, we're doing this so when launch day happens, this will not happen. Guaranteed. He's even off. Kyle, he even said, when the game comes out, if this happens to you, they're going to have a slot on the bottom of your character. If it happens to you, you're lagging out of matches, and it's proven that it's you, they're going to have tokens that earn at the bottom, and they're going to give you free skins and stuff if this stuff happens. I'm with that, Kyle. I'm on board with that.
I'm with it, too.
I'm with that, man, because it's
That's
only
awesome.
fair. That is so... Can you imagine every game we play, Kyle, if when it lags you out and it's not your fault, you got free skins for that? You're rewarding me for my internet either being bad or I'm getting booted out of matches. Like, I love you, man.
Immediately just starts getting horrible internet now just to get free skin. No, we don't want that. But no, I love that. I love that they're doing that. It's kind of like a forgiving thing.
Yep.
Well, if someone does get cut out of a match and it's not their fault, you do get rewarded, like you just said. And I agree. All games should do that. Because how many times have you, like I've played Mario Kart numerous times. I'm like racing, about to win. I'm like, oh, I win. Communication error.
That's the worst.
And I'm like, really?
Give the person the win, and this is Mario Kart's case. Give the person the win and give me a new colorful card. That satisfies us as fans, because some people don't care about skins, but I'd rather get a skin than get nothing at all for suffering. Because that's why I like how you notice they did in Gears now, Kyle. They got the little ping bar on the side now, where it's literally telling you your ping now, so you know whose fault it is. Like,
yes,
if your ping's low, it literally tells you your ping's too low for this match. We might have to have you come in after a death and a respawn. So they're giving you a chance. If your ping's low, they're giving you a chance. Because my brother, his was bad. I'm connected to Ethernet. He's wireless. So what kept happening to him, his was like at 30. Mine's is like 210, like way up there. But what happened was, his was going real low. So what happened was he said, wait till after.
Wait, no, you want lower ping.
What do you mean?
You want lower ping.
Yeah, I'm saying it backwards. I'm saying it, my fault. I'm saying it backwards.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, he had to wait for a respawn to get into the match because they won't let you just get in with a horrible ping now. I love that because it's like if I'm going in and I'm hitting people with the Nasher and my teammate has bad connection, I'm lagging behind my cover again.
Yep.
And messing my stats up because his ping sucks. Nah, unfair.
Yep. I agree. I totally agree. There was a couple matches where I had like some guys were at 210 and I could see them moving really crappy, laggy movements, and I'm like, oh boy. But it actually didn't hinder it. Like, I guess somehow they cleaned that up, and I was like, whoa.
By day 2 they did, because day 1 it was pretty bad.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure day 1 was a mess.
Remember me, you were gonna hop on, and I told you I just don't want to deal with the. It wasn't the lagging in the match. It wasn't that. It was matchmaking for me. The match
waiting.
Yeah, the matchmaking and the waiting. But then once again, Rod has to be the hero. he came out on Twitter and said, if you go to create a match and it doesn't go after 30 seconds, back out, do it again. He's like, don't sit there waiting 3 minutes for back out, load it back up again. And I was like, this dude's just like having a response.
He's on point.
Yeah, he's like having a response to everything that people were saying. And I was like, I respect that. I respect that.
See, I love it because Rod is on top of everything
Yep.
right now. He wants this game to be flawless.
Yep.
And I love it.
You're making a drink.
And if it plays, hold on, Vin, let me give you $1 for a drink.
What do you want?
Arizona. I don't care which flavor.
Yo, can you give me a water? Oh, wait.
Do you have a preferred flavor?
If you have watermelon.
Watermelon?
I'm usually a fruit
so
punch guy, but
everybody-
I don't think there's fruit punch still. But Kyle, I'm with you 100%. How it plays, like when I play Gears 4, I love this. Me and you talked about this. I love the campaign, but I wasn't too happy with the multiplayer. I feel like the multiplayer was testing water. Like it was like we want to try new things, but they were scared. Like it was like they were afraid to mess up on Gears so bad. The coalition meaning. But then with Gears 3's story wasn't all that great. It was all over the place, but a lot of action. But the multiplayer was unbelievable in Gears 3. Like I thought the Gears 3 multiplayer was.
I liked Gears 3
No,
storyline.
I did too. But I feel like it wasn't as polished as 1, 2, or 4. Like
That's really debatable.
I mean, it is
Because
it
they
is.
had. All right, let's be real. We can say this because Van's not here. Spoiler alert! If anybody hasn't played Gears 3, it had the most emotional
It definitely
scene
did. It definitely did.
out of all the. I mean, granted, Maria was an emotional scene, but Dom going down.
Yeah. That was,
Ooh.
like I said, it had its moments, but I just felt like, I think because the whole co-op thing, like it started getting real actiony, like the jumping in and the jumping out and stuff, like playing with people online, and like 1 minute they'll help me, and it got kind of like if I played with a squad, I would have loved it more. So I mean, it's just me being kind of nitpicky.
Well, that was their experimentation in Gears 3 with the 4-player co-op campaign.
Yeah.
That was their experimentation. There's a reason why they went back to 2.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because everybody was backing out and shit.
Exactly. So with Gears 3, I felt that multiplayer, for the competitive people, they didn't like Gears 3 multiplayer that much because it became real arcadey to a lot of people. To me, I loved it. And then like you said, like King of the Hill, when you have that competitive mode, they have a competitive mode for people that want to be less guns, more, Nasher, Lancer action, and to the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like every mode in Gears. I've always have. Like I like competitive. Have you played arcade mode, Kyle? Did you try the arcade mode?
I played a little bit of arcade mode. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But at first I was kind of missing that whole start off with Lancer, Nasher vibe, which I didn't realize arcade mode was just not doing that. But then when I went to King of the Hill, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're back to normal.
No, arcade mode,
Oh,
Kyle.
but it's gonna be interesting.
Arcade mode surprised me because they added kill streaks. Now I told you in Vam.
Yes.
I told you in Vam, like around the first time I met you. I remember when I said, well, not when I met you, when we played Gears 4.
Yeah.
I said the only thing they need in Gears, more weapons and kill streaks. That's what they did. But
That is what they did.
They do it so good because each character has a class and they each have different attributes. If you're using Kate, she gets not Kate, I'll say someone heavy. If you're using like Adele, if you're using him, you kill someone, you gain a little bit of health so you can survive them little shots when people are trying to hit you from range.
Right.
You gain a little bit of health. And every character has weapons they pick as they get kills. So if you got 4 kills in a row, you're going to either pick a grenade that's going to help you, you're going to pick a revival grenade maybe that can save a friend, or you're going to just pick the mulcher and go for them kills. Every character has different ones. And they even have like, when they added that, Kyle, I was done. I'm like, the things they can do with this mode, I hope they make a competitive version of it. I don't know how they would, because if someone gets that new damn weapon, Kyle, you know that hammer thing they done. I don't know if you used it yet, but that little hammer staff, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, the hammer staff.
Kyle, it's so broken. Like if someone's behind cover and you're a little distance and you swing that, they all die. Like all die, splatter. If you don't even have to hit them direct. The impact from it will kill the people on the other side of the wall. I fell in love with that. The Talon pistol, did you mess with that?
Yes.
That the recoil is the worst thing I've ever seen.
The recoil is the worst thing, but the second you get that down, you'll put everybody down in 2 seconds.
Exactly.
That thing is stupidly powerful
Yeah.
for a pistol.
They took out my favorite pistol. They took out the Gorgon. I don't think that's going to be in this. I love the Gorgon pistol.
But still, the Bull Talk. I love the Bull Talk. Bull Talk's my favorite one.
I can't use it. I don't have accuracy like that.
Yeah, I love the Bull Talk. I will say this: there were a few rounds where I had a long shot, and I was sniping some heads.
I've never been.
I was in a flow, and I was just sniping heads like crazy. I was just like, I was like, ooh.
Did you use the hammer burst?
I did not use the hammer burst.
Oh my! Yo, they made the hammer burst.
No, take that back. I used it for a little bit. But
They
not
made
a
the
lot.
hammer burst. So, I always say my problem with Gears is the Nash is so overpowered all the time.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are, if you go against someone that's great with the Nasher, you're gonna lose. But they're finally finding weapons that can slow the Nasher down. The Talon pistol, they can try to roll up on you and wall bounce. If you just hit them with one clip,
they're
down.
done.
They go down, and I love that because and the retro's great in this one. The hammer burst is a good counter for it now. You just got to back up and shoot. But how close they brought the camera in a little closer. I don't know if you noticed that. The camera's a little bit more closer in.
It is, yeah. I noticed that.
The weapons all move smooth. The skins and stuff. I was already seeing. You saw they had the challenges, kind of like what you had to do to get the stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love earning rewards for. I'm being rewarded for being good. So 75 kills, three match wins, and whatever else. You get a banner saying.
I did all 3 of those.
Same here. Then I got the skin for the Natcher, the Lancer, and the snub pistol. I in love with it, man. I could just imagine. We got Terminator DLC coming to this. We got all the DLC free. They already announced every DLC for this game is going to be free. But if you have Ultimate Edition, you get early access to everything before everybody else. So.
Which is what I got.
Same here. So overall, I'm with you. I loved it. I can't judge the getting booted out of matches and waiting long. I can't judge that off of a test, dude. It's not even a beta. Gears is around the corner, and it actually comes out the week before Borderlands 3, which is painful, but...
Gears comes out the week I return from PAX West.
Oh.
Which is why I asked for the rest of the week off when I returned, because originally I wasn't going to. But
you got the week off?
Oh, I took that week off. I was just like,
Smart,
you know what?
man.
The week I return, I'm picking it up Friday. Well, I got to check and make sure I got it approved. But if it gets approved, I got a doctor's appointment Thursday anyway. But Friday, I'm going to go pick it up. I'm going to go play the shit out of it.
Smart, man. We playing Gears together. We're going to play the tech test this week. But we're playing, I know you got to beat the campaign with your brother. I got to do the same with mine. But we're playing that tech test, Kyle. And we're going to be playing multiplayer. And Horde. And the new mode that they haven't let people play that I played at E3.
So the only thing I'm going to say about Horde, though, is I hope they improve it from the last one, because
Fourth was bad.
4 was not that great. They took a step back after 3, so...
Yeah, 3 was really good.
3 is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
By far. Everybody still says about 2, but they did so much more with 3.
No.
3 is still the best one to me.
I agree.
All right, moving on. Van, play the Gears 5 tech test, please.
This weekend.
For the love of God, do yourself a favor.
If I don't have to wait 8 years, I would.
You don't have to wait 8 years.
But at this time, I can just wait in line, and then the full game will come out.
Oh my God. That's terrible. Anyway, so the big news from a couple weeks ago now. Nintendo once again announcing a new Nintendo Switch. I had to put a question mark on that
A new
one.
Nintendo Big 3DS?
A new Nintendo Switch? Well, no. So here's the thing, Andre. Last show we did talk about the Switch Lite. So we're off that one, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine.
Unless you want to talk about a little Switch Lite.
No, I just want to say that I think the Switch Lite is dope.
Yep.
I'm actually going to get one, and you're not going to believe the reason why. I'm getting one because that's a D-pad, and I'm getting one because the Joy-Cons don't come up. Because my Switch Joy-Cons keep breaking. So I'm glad that it's stuck, and I don't mind having a big old 3DS. That's all I got to say about that. I like it, though. I'm going to get one. So.
Kid's waiting for the 3DS to die, and he's still making references to the 3DS. That's unbelievable.
Until Switch.
Van would never.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Van's like, I want that thing to die right now.
Die. I want it to be
Love of
crucified.
This Switch should have had a dock for 3DS games. Just saying.
What?
This Switch,
Oh,
this Switch
jeez.
Lite should have had like a.
He says the Switch Lite should have had a thing for 3DS games.
Sure. Get rid of 3DS and just make the
No.
Switch have a Switch dock and a 3DS dock. I can play my 3DS games on my Switch Lite.
They don't even put that on the regular Switch.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you got to do something different. I feel like. Don't give me that one, bro.
I say nothing. I say nothing. I'm just watching that. I say nothing.
Don't give me that one, bro.
So anyway, now that we're off Switch Lite, Nintendo also announced an improvement to the original Switch.
What that is?
This is so
then-
funny because it's just the week after we talked about it.
Yeah, the week after they come on and announce.
Actually, I think it was
that-
the day after.
It should have been the day after, but it was the week after. There will be a longer battery life to the Nintendo Switch
that it?
original version.
Is that it?
Yep,
How
that's it.
much?
Same price.
Same price.
So
It's just
all of us-
replacing it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna rate.
It's just replacing the Switch.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing because.
No, all right, no. Well, we're discussing. We're discussing this because I'm pretty sure that the three of us on this show had said numerous times that they could be doing just something like this and that's it. I'm pretty sure numerous times we've said that. Like either improved battery life or maybe a new screen or something like that, but it wasn't anything big.
This is my problem.
I said there's nothing much big that they can do. If they did anything other bigger than that, I'd be surprised. Bigger screen, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but I don't
We've
know.
been saying that for ages now, though.
I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. It's robbery. Okay? I can see.
Yeah.
We already have Switches, all right? We paid
Yeah.
$300 for all of ours. Now, anyone else that decides, I want to switch for the same price we paid, they get a Switch for the longer battery life now? No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, but
No.
think of this for PlayStation, Xbox. People are buying PlayStations and Xboxes cheaper than what we paid for it in a more stable system.
That's true.
Yes.
But that's true. But with the Switch, you could have added something different. You could have said, I don't even know what they could have added, honestly, because you can't really add to the Switch. But
All right, so wait. Because if you're gonna go on a rant like this, you gotta be a
no, I'm
little
not ranting. I'm not
have
ranting.
some specifications here.
No, I'm not ranting about it because there's not too much you can do. I just don't like.
Well, what would you want on there
I'll do
other
exactly
than
what
what you just said?
What Matt just said, I was just about to say.
They do have an external battery pack.
Yes, they do.
No, then I don't got nothing to say. I just think it's unfair because we got hit with the embatting this thing. But like Van said, I paid for an original Xbox One that had no memory in it. Now they got cheaper versions with a 4K Blu-ray player with double the memory. So I mean,
So I will say that. Well, I will say this. I believe the battery life goes from I think like 6 hours to 9 hours.
that's it.
I think that's it. I don't think it's a huge difference.
I'm not getting it, but I mean, anyone that don't got a Switch is good for them.
No, there's no point in going
Yeah,
out and
no,
trying to get
anyone's.
Is it crazy that I'm getting the Switch Lite but not that?
No, because I think that me and Kyle had the conversation about the Switch Lite, and I think the Switch Lite's a good move. It's just not going to force everyone to go from one to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and get this one because there's nothing.
Right.
It's smaller and everything else, but in general, there's no wow factor to it. But it is a good idea. It's one of those good ideas, but doesn't bring a wow. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
the only issue with the Switch Lite is that you can't play every game
I
with
mean,
the
but
Switch
you're not
Lite.
missing
You can
out.
play the main ones,
Yeah, but I'm
which
saying
is
you're not-
perfectly
You're not missing out on.
Anything that needs the Joy Cons, you can't do it. So
Right.
Mario Party.
yeah,
But
no
again, that system's not designed for those type of gameplay. The system is designed for Pokemon Go. That's exactly
Actually,
why. Not Pokemon Go.
That's what it's made
Pokemon.
for.
That's exactly what that system is made for. Is for
Animal Crossing.
Pokemon, Animal Crossing, like those
I agree.
games.
I said the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
I
wait for
agree.
Animal
I
Crossing.
totally
What's
agree
the
with that.
date? What's the date for Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing, I believe, is
2020, right?
20. Oh, what was the date? Shoot.
They're so
Yeah,
smart.
March.
They're so smart to keep it that far away.
No, they got too much heat coming out this year. They don't
Yeah.
need to put. They need stuff for next year.
Yeah, which is why, like during E3, when they were like, "We apologize for it coming out 2020," I'm like, "There's no need to
Ooh, I'm
apologize.
trying to promote.
You have
I'm
a
trying.
ton of games."
I'm trying to prevent myself so bad today to buy the Necro dancer.
Oh, I got it on my Switch.
I'm trying so hard not to spend money.
It's a good game.
Even Cuphead, because Cuphead's like $20. Try not to spend that 20.
What Cuphead? I don't need to buy Cuphead anymore.
Oh yeah, you bought it enough, dude. You own it.
No,
so shut the
I've
fuck
had
up.
enough Cuphead. As much as it would be nice to have it on the go, no.
I'm thinking about Little Nightmares because I've always said, what did I say? If I get that game, if it comes to the Switch, I'd love to get it because now I can play it on the go.
Oh, absolutely. Which would be great.
I want to beat Zelda first. Like I'm preventing buying games because I want to beat Zelda, but Zelda is making it so fucking difficult to sit there and want to play.
I mean, you could just do what most people do and go to all 4 of the beasts and just beat it.
Yeah.
I already beat one. I just beat one.
You can go right to the next one.
Boy, they made that one a pain in the ass to fucking beat.
Wait, what's
With
the first
one.
The elephant.
Oh God. Yeah.
There was, dude. They hit the
The
blocks.
trunk and the.
Yeah, the well, actually, I'm all right. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm inside it. I'm sorry. I had to stop it from allowing me to get inside. The hit the blocks of ice. Why did they make that so? Did you guys have difficulty with that?
No, because I used the
No.
the what do you call that thing, Kyle?
The spear?
No, the your tablet thing, that ability you have,
Oh, slow down time.
slow down time. And
Slow
I-
down. Yeah.
I just kept doing that.
Oh
What?
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Use your your little your
Oh,
abilities. You get
God.
Dude, all I did was hit him.
cryogenesis. Is it cryogenesis?
I just kept hitting it.
Correct, Alexis.
But like the hitting it was weird. Like the controls are so weird. They were making me go like this instead of
It's
swinging.
It's weird because it's like a point in the middle, but if you freeze them, you could just.
Yeah, I just pick them off.
That's what I did. You know, I only got stuck in Breath of the Wild one time, and Kyle, it was actually that part when there's a gate and there's water, and I was like, what the hell do I do with this gate? And I found you had to use the ice thing to lift the gate up because there's water under your feet.
Oh yeah.
Only time I got stuck in that game. Only time the entire time I played.
There
it.
was
no, there were
one
quite a
temple
few
I beat completely on accident because I did something I wasn't supposed to do for it, and it caused the ball to rocket in the air, and it rocketed. I just watched it, right, and then it landed in the spot it was supposed to land in, and it
Shrine?
opened the door.
The shrine?
One of the shrines.
Yeah.
I was like,
You just take it for what it is.
so it was one of the ones that move like that.
I went like
yeah.
this.
It came out and landed in the spot, and it was like, doo, 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 doo. And I'm like,
Just take it. And be like,
You know how
okay.
many times I've done that? I flipped it, and then on the back of the controller, the platform will actually turn to like the back.
Yeah.
And I'll just roll it the easy way instead of going through a maze. Like, oh, that worked.
Yeah.
I was like, oops, okay.
You know how many of the shrines I beat in so many times in the unintended way of beating it?
Yeah.
I've beaten so many of them in the unintended way of beating it.
Yeah, like I've
question.
beaten like two or
Okay.
three.
Question, Kyle. If they add temples, which they will, because they already said they're going to explore the world of Hyrule technically a lot more. If they add temples, do they take away the shrines?
I mean, I don't see the shrines coming back.
People love the shrines, but I don't think that's a tough question because I feel like the temples are the shrines just mixed together. So all like 10 shrines equal a temple. Is that fair to say? About 10 shrines equal a temple?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
The shrines
I
are
would
so
take away the shrines if you add the temple.
Shrines are so stupid.
I would take away the shrines if you add the temple.
I would. So, all right. I got an interesting concept for you. I'll say this. In order to access a temple, because we're going to make this a large game that requires lots of hours. In order to access a temple, you have to defeat 3 shrines
I'd be cool
that
with
are
that.
surrounding the temple.
I would be cool with that. As long as it's not 300 shrines like right now. If I had
It's
to
not
do
gonna be
3 shrines to
300.
get into
What
it,
would be the point of beating the shrines to get to the temple?
like if it's a barrier to
All
get
right,
into
so
the
all right,
temple.
so basically, like, you have to beat the shrine to get a specific orb that to place in whatever contraption
entrance to
they'll
get
make.
into-
But I was just gonna say, but you don't feel like that's too much?
I mean, with the way they made this one and how big it is, no.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's too much. Like, why do all that just to get into the temple when the temple is gonna be a map itself, anyways?
Well, it depends on how they make the shrines.
Like, we don't need to make the shrines, though. Why do we have to do the shrines?
I could do away with the shrines, but because Breath of the Wild has stamina and the heart, how else can you gain your stamina and heart?
Temples.
Yeah, there's
Every
that's the
temple
other
you
thing.
get a heart. Every temple you get,
Oh no, I'm cool with that. I love that.
No,
style,
we
I
know,
don't
but you outside of those temples, you have to get like pieces of heart and stuff in order to increase your heart containers and stamina wheels and stuff like that. So it's gonna be in there anyway.
But
So
that's
what I'm
just
saying,
like that's just like any other Zelda, though. You pick up that stuff throughout the course of the world.
You could, but I just feel like so many people love the shrines, they're gonna keep it.
Just for them to
Yeah.
surround a temple with shrines, I think would be too much work. Too much work. Like, I think I wouldn't enjoy
Depends.
that. I wouldn't enjoy that.
It depends.
It
I
depends
think it
what-
depends.
All right, so if you got like, say for instance, you went to the Goron area. If you went to Death Mountain or something, and how do you fit, shrines? You know what I mean? What if they did it where like in Breath of the Wild? Don't forget, all Breath of the Wild is you're beating them beasts to open a barrier to get to the next part.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if there's a barrier protecting each temple, and they have shrines that you have to break to get through the barrier. If they're not ridiculous, but I agree with what you're saying because
It's just
then-
way too much.
then
You still
get
gotta get in the fucking
when you get in
temple.
the temple, you got 1,000 other puzzles to deal with. So
Yeah.
I get that, but I think because people love the shrines so much, I don't see them taking shrines out. I personally would love if the shrines went away and they just did the temples.
But I don't have a problem with like, I would prefer them getting rid of the shrines. But say they kept the shrines, right, and the temples were the main stage. The shrines were optional, but they gave you, like you said, extra things that you can do in the shrines
I
that
would
will
like
get you
that.
extra things.
If you
I'm
get
okay
gear
with
and stuff,
that.
if they
No,
did
no.
that, I'm cool.
I'd rather keep gear in the temples. Gears in the main courses in the temples.
True.
The shrines can be, like Kyle said, still give you extra hearts. So if you want to grind them out
I'll
and get
be
more
cool-
hearts to
I'll
go
be
into your
cool with
stage,
that. I'll be
then
cool with
that's what I'm cool with. But right now, like, shrines really don't do much. Like, you get the
I mean, essentially, that's what they are right now.
But
They
I-
are optional, except for the first 4 of them.
No, they are also, but I mean, it's either you do the shrines to make up for the temples, or you just beat the game by beating 4 temples.
or if what you do
Right.
in the shrines teach you what you have to do in the temples, then I'm okay with that.
That'd be cool if they had like little, how do you call it? You remember the 3DS version of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, how they had the Sheikah Stone? If they did
Yes.
something along those lines, maybe.
Like, say you go through these shrines in order the way that you're supposed to, they give you clues on how you're supposed to beat the temples. But if you don't have to go through them, you can just go in the temple and try to figure it
That
out.
would be dope because if you're having a hard time on the temple, you know what? Let me go do this shrine to get a little bit of clues.
Yeah.
To figure out. That would be cool. That'd be something cool along those lines.
See, I'm just trying to think of what Nintendo would be thinking about doing, because I feel like they would do something like that. Like, I would rather take something like, in order to unlock the gate to a temple, do 3 shrines, rather than them coming out and being like, oh, you have to go find 4 different things in order to come unlock this temple.
If I had to do
and
one,
now you have to go on a scavenger hunt.
if I had to do
You know,
one
like,
shrine, I'd be okay. I think 3 is just way too much.
Yeah.
All right, so even like 2, because make it
Even
like
2,
a
I
gate
would
where you
wanna-
have to like do 1 to have like half of its power restored, and then another one to have the other half.
Like,
restored.
story-wise, I get it, how you can turn that into, like, a fun time, but I just think work-wise, I think it's just too much.
I just wanted to bring.
I
Back
think it
temples.
depends on how they do it.
Yeah, because we us 3 agree they're most likely gonna bring back temples.
It has to be
I'm
worth.
sure
It has
of
to be
that.
worth it. At the end of the day, everything you do has to be worth it. If they give you stuff and just doing that just so I can get into the temple, like, that would drive me nuts. Like, I'm already working, like, in the temple. Like, now I got to work to get into the temple and then work in the temple. Like, I don't.
This is why they need to bring temples back. Because the one thing we know they'll never bring back in Zelda is the young and old effect. Like, we'll never probably get that ever.
I would love that to come back.
I think that would be the best thing ever.
Light and Dark Zone was one of the best things that ever happened to Zelda. The transfer between Light and Dark Zone, that was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
That was number 2.
That was awesome.
That was number 2. Because young and old's always gonna be.
Because then you got the mirror,
Yeah.
and you can switch into it. Like, that's strats. That's strats. It's thinking. That's made you think out of the box where you're like, ooh, I have to go in the light world on this area, then I go into the dark world, and then it allows me to get into the like that type of stuff. I don't mind. It's lunar thinking, but at the same time, it's complex lunar thinking.
I mean, we had a Zelda game where you turn into a picture on the wall.
Yeah.
We did.
The great ideas like that.
That was a good game.
That's what I'm saying. Great ideas like that. Like, I only brought Zelda up because we're talking about Nintendo anyway. But
Yeah.
I just couldn't help but think like, with Breath of the Wild, it may seem like it's long away, and it's going to be like 4 years maybe. But you still have to consider that because people are talking about it. People are trying to do theories. We're not doing theories. We're saying what the game absolutely is going to have or absolutely won't have. And the one thing that we all know, they're going to add temples. I'm sure of that. Like, I know they're going to add temples because when they said Hyrule was going to be a big focus in this one, I'm like, we know where this is going. Like, whenever you mention Hyrule, you know what's in Hyrule. The fire, I missed that, and I missed the tunics meaning something. I missed the tunics meaning something different. You know, if you have the red one on, you can be in fire. You have the blue one on, you can. You know, I like that. And they kind of did that with Breath of the Wild, like the Zora suit. You know, I don't want to say too much for Van, but
So let me ask you this then. All right, so say we don't do 3 shrines, but you have to do a shrine. What if you have to do a shrine in order to get a specific item to go into the temple?
I'm okay with that. It takes the item out of the temple, but I'm okay with that because I missed the fact of getting. So if they use the shrine as the way you get your item, and then now that item allows you to get into the temple, I think that would be a cool twist.
that'd be fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now you need this item to use through the temple, like
to get into the temple
and to
and
use
then
through.
utilize it in the entire temple.
Yeah,
I like
which
that,
I'm
Kyle.
okay with that. Like,
I think that's dope too.
Yeah.
Because just think Ocarina when you got the hook shot. You know, they didn't tell you, you know, you needed to get a hook shot, but to get up above, like, you needed the hook shot. So if you do something like that, I think one of the Zeldas did something like that where you could, like, rent the weapons. You remember that one? I didn't like renting weapons.
That was Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I hate the renting weapons thing. I really didn't like that. But if you had a shrine to get into the temple and then, like, that temple is based off of the weapon you just got, it takes away from you having to find a chest to find a weapon to figure out this temple.
yeah, because typically what happened in Zelda is you're in the temple and there's a bunch of parts you can't do because you don't have this weapon.
Yep.
And then you find your way into the weapon, you get the weapon, and then now you can do these parts and it takes you right to the boss. Pretty much exactly every Zelda game ever created.
Yeah.
For the most part.
So now instead you get to still do the entire temple, but now you have the weapon from the beginning of the temple. So now they make the temples a little bit harder because they're like, you got the weapon now, so let's make this temple hard because you have the weapon from the beginning. So I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that.
I like that idea.
That'd be a very interesting twist.
Use the temple instead to get the weapon. That's fine.
And
But just like I said, the point of using 3 temples just to knock down this barrier, I get it story-wise, it's fun, but I'd get bored of it after 3, and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking destroy all this stuff just to get into this. They'll have to shorten the level of a temple, and I don't want to see a shorter level temple.
You don't want to shorten it. I mean, like I said, each beast that I did, I beat them same day I got to them. Like in Ocarina, I think I would be stuck on like the Forest Temple for like 3 days at least. You know, not now. I would beat it in probably like 20 minutes now. But when you're younger, your mind wanders. Like, I need to take a break from this. Everybody knows the Water Temple killed all of us in our soul. And you know, there's so many like I said, when I heard Hyrule, Kyle, I had no choice but to get happy because I'm just like, there's so much temples. I mean, even continuing into Majora, like even if they add Mask in this one, there's so much they can do with the new Breath of the Wild, and I'm excited to see what they do because it actually is a direct sequel like Majora was to Ocarina, and that's what got me the most hype. Like, people really forget Majora was a direct sequel to Ocarina. Like, it even continues from him riding off on the horse to continuing being on the horse. So I'm excited about Breath of the Wild too. I just want them to do, like me and Van are saying, and you were saying, get them temples in there and give us something for music, man. You can't take that from Zelda. I don't. Ever since it worked in Ocarina, it's worked in every other game. Every game, even Wind Waker, I hate it, but he got the little. Ding. Is that what the hell is that even called? Is that the daggone Wind Waker?
Are you talking about the?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Wind Waker.
Okay, you got the little. Ding, 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 whatever, but it works. You even have a wolf howling to make music in Twilight Princess. So.
Oh yeah.
Bring the music back with Twilight Princess is my number 2, 3 all time. So. 4.
Matt goes. My boy Matt goes. He just likes surfing on the shield everywhere.
Vin, you be surfing on the shield everywhere?
I haven't surfed on the shield once, I think.
I didn't do it until I met the sand area. I got to the sand area.
Elijah says, Breath of the Wild is such a snore.
I wouldn't say it's a snore. That's going too extreme.
That is far from what it actually is.
I have been getting bored with the game. Like
But
I
it's
told
not a
you.
snore, man. It's not.
It
It's
is
not,
not
a
a
snore.
snore.
It's not, man. Man, you can say.
I am very disappointed with a lot of things about this game.
I get that, and I hear you. But a snore.
The game is all right. Let me put it this way: the game is not pulling me in, and I don't know if that's my fault or the game's fault. But all I know is the game is not pulling me in, and there's something.
Because it's a very large game.
Yeah, it's not Ocarina in you.
But even then, like I haven't even broken that far. Like
It's not Link to Past in you.
it's no, hell no.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just the big thing is, like, the distance between everything is so far away, and it's frustrating to have to go that far before I have to do anything. And the leveling up on it, I feel is so like slow, and it's just like, and like I told you, the breaking of the swords is the number one factor that makes me hate this game. Is the breaking of weapons. The breaking.
I was like, why?
The breaking of weapons. So you're telling me that
Strongly disagree.
it's real to break weapons, but it's not real to fix them? Come on.
Come
on.
Van. Remember, Van, you're trying to bring real logic into video game logic.
But again, there's rules
Just
though.
saying.
But there's
See
rules,
what Sheldon did?
right?
No.
Isn't there? There's rules to everything. Everything, right?
Van, there are no rules to video game
There,
logic.
no, you design their own. They design their own rules, right? That's the thing. So if you're going to create something with a breaking mechanic, why can't you have something that will fix that breaking mechanic?
They should have a forge. I agree. If your
I
weapon
just don't
breaks,
get that.
I agree. If your weapon breaks, you should be able to go reforge it and pay. But
You say there's weapons everywhere.
Depends on the item too.
You say there's weapons everywhere. There's
There is.
there's bad
There
weapons.
really is.
There's bad weapons everywhere though. Like the axes, I hate using the axes, and I can't find anything but axes. And like now I'm like, woof, woof.
I do.
I'm dead before I get to the third woof, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, I do.
It's a
I
wolf
do.
axe.
Man, I do like regular Zelda games weapon system where they don't break. I get it.
It's just
But-
if they don't break, fix them. Allow me to fix them.
Or just make them dull.
Allow me to not allow it to break.
I get what you're saying, but I like the mechanics because it made it like I'm always trying something new. Like I'm throwing fish.
Yeah.
I'm throwing a fish stick at somebody, then I'm throwing a.
I don't need my weapons to break for me not to try something new. Anytime I get something new, I'm gonna try it. But it's extremely frustrating. It's to a point. I'm using sticks as my first option because I don't want the swords that I like to break. Like, I shouldn't have to feel this way about a game. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of my frustrations come in. Like, again, I don't mind the braking mechanics, but god damn it, if you're going to introduce the braking mechanic, then you should allow a device to not allow my weapons to break.
They'll probably do that in two.
Because I don't mind
You're
it.
right.
I don't mind putting in the work to do what I got to do. I don't mind doing what I got to do to make my weapon not break. And I know that sounds weird. You know what I mean? Because then I could just look for new weapons. But if I find a weapon that I really like, I don't want to have to go look for a new weapon or look for another weapon that's like that. That's frustrating. Like, I don't want to spend most of my game looking for weapons. Like, if I have a weapon I like, allow me to fix that and upgrade it and do things to it so that way now I can keep going with the weapon that I like. Like, that's how Final Fantasy is for me. Like, I find weapons I like and I improve the shit out of it. Even if there's weapons that are stronger, like, I don't care. This is the weapon I like and I want to
I do that in
use.
every RPG I play.
Yeah.
But this was testing grounds. You gotta remember, Breath of the Wild was testing grounds to see.
I've been saying this for 2 years, that this game was the blueprint.
This was the blueprint for what they're trying to do in the future. So
This-
now they're gonna take from all the other games and add to the next one.
Blueprint made by a
You'll
6-year-old.
like this, Andre. You'll like this reference. Breath of the Wild was the blueprint for Zelda, as Gears 4 was the blueprint for the
Gears.
next
Cut it
trilogy.
out. You're making excuses for bad games now.
Nah,
Stop.
it's you gotta try to see.
So you're saying
I'm saying
that the
Zelda-
game of the year 2 years ago is a bad game?
Yes. You know how I felt about
That
people
is
making that a
a-
game of the year.
Which one was game
That
of the
should
year?
Zelda. This Zelda should not have gotten game of the year.
This makes up for what I said earlier completely.
What? What?
About what we were talking about earlier with Gears and the movie. That is right up there.
Well, I like as far as what not
He's saying,
making.
he's saying him saying what he's saying.
Basically, when I said it, you guys absolutely went off and that's ridiculous. That was a ridiculous statement.
No. So Has Zelda ever had to make a bad game to make a good game? They made Link 2,
what?
which was awful. They decided never to make a side scroll like that ever again. But like
no.
that was an experiment. Like I don't think they need to experiment anything. They are the masters of creating games. They are the old man sitting in the top of the temple with freaking a big beard bald that you can't touch in the first 30 minutes of the movie, but by the end of the movie you're fighting with him and you're sparring with him and you're just as good as he is. Nintendo's that Zelda, the creators of Zelda is that old man.
I feel like
I'm going to disagree with that statement only because they literally came out and said that this Zelda was the beginning of a brand new era for Zelda.
Oh my
and
God!
They said that when I was at PAX
The
South.
the new Zelda is a brand new beginning for every Zelda.
I mean, like Ocarina.
No, whoa! No.
All right, let me ask you an honest question. I want an honest answer from you two. Other than Breath of the Wild 2, what other Zelda game was ever like the last Zelda game? Maybe you can get away with Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask
like-
in A Link to the not A Link
like
to the
the
Past.
Are you saying wait?
Orca of Time are the same.
Wait. So, you're saying before? I'm just trying to get the question.
Yeah.
right here. So you're saying, has any other Zelda game been like Breath of the Wild?
No. Has any other Zelda game been exactly like the last Zelda game? They've changed.
Like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like you know how we have Breath of the Wild, and then now Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, and Breath of the Wild 2 is like the first, like they're saying the first sequel of Zelda, and then it's going to be just like the first one but with improvements. So Ocarina of Time, the only one I'll give you guys is Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But would you say that Majora's Mask was an upgrade of Ocarina of Time? Because it wasn't.
No, I feel like okay. So how I look at it, I'm taking your analogy. God of War, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, they all have something in common. They started a new way of what that game was. So Link to the Past, better yet. Link to the Past took what the regular Zelda used to be. Link to the Past made a new Zelda.
Made that
trying
better.
a new format. Then Ocarina of Time opened that door. So there is no. You're right. There is no other game like that.
They create new Zelda every time.
So Ocarina of Time opened that door for the Zelda we've had. Listen, Ocarina of Time has been the Zelda format we've had all the way up until Breath of the Wild. So the last
Correct
6 Zeldas made, Twilight, Majora, all of them were like Ocarina's format.
But I don't believe. No, Wind Waker was nothing like that. Wind Waker is a completely different.
Wind Waker
it was only a different design.
No.
It was only a different design, but the engine was the same.
The engine was, but the only difference with Wind Waker was you were on the sea and you didn't have the Hyrule areas you're normally used to seeing. You didn't have like such a small world like Ocarina, Majora, Twilight, even Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is more like Wind Waker, so I'll put them in their own category. But my whole point is that every few years you gotta try a reboot, kind of, to upgrade it. You know what I mean? Like,
But Ocarina of Time was the first game that was like that, and it hit the nail on the head. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Like, Nintendo doesn't need me. Nintendo doesn't need any gimmies. They don't. Like, that's for them to say, "Oh well, you know, this is just a trial." To me, is a lame way of saying, like, "Okay, yeah, we had some flaws in the game." Like, just say you had some flaws in the game that you're gonna improve on. That's fine.
But to them, they don't believe there were flaws in Breath of the Wild. To most fans, they don't believe there were.
Yeah, and that's fine.
There's a lot of Zelda fans that are saying that this Zelda is the best.
And like the people that are saying that, like I'm not making fun of them at all for saying that. Like the game is something that a lot of people should be proud of. Like. It's just, again, the type of Zelda that I am traditionally used to is this is not it. And that's fine. That's fine. That's not my problem. I do want change. But at the same time, the change that they threw in there were changes that on the most part, I didn't like.
I was ready for that jump.
But not even that. Like there was small, stupid things that you could have thought of that was there that was just, to me, obvious that you missed out on, and that's what makes my anger. Like the breaking of weapons, like that is such an obvious thing to me that you're just like, dude, just make it. I can repair it. Like that's it.
But like me and Kyle saying, most people love that new. I don't. I'm with you on that. That's one of my flaws in the game. That weapon breaking thing, I hate. But I think they're gonna do that because the next one, they're gonna have a forger
Right.
or something.
Right.
They,
But let me ask you guys. So the ones that like it, let me ask you because you're one that likes to break in. Would that have been a deciding factor if they made it where you could fix this weapons? Would you feel any differently on how you feel right now about the Zelda game?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think they would have gotten more people to enjoy it, which, by God, you have millions. What's another 100,000? Like, I get it. Like, I'm probably one of the fewer ones. Like, I get it. But that small little thing, that's what ticks me off about that game is because I think it's such an easy fix that there should have been no doubt on like a breaking of weapons. There should be something instead of making me look all over the world being open too open. That's me, just my personal taste of games. It's hard to keep my attention to the game, and that's not Nintendo's fault. Like that is a Van Lattimore's taste of games.
I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not a big open like there's open world and there's open world. You know, like I'm more of a fan of give me Ocarina's World and give me God of War's New World.
Yeah.
Because those are like
God of War is like perfect.
Yeah,
like I love what the new God of War
win.
did.
But I also like Kyle says, this Zelda was made to test them side quests and those. That's why I said think of the empty world, right? It wasn't empty, but what I mean by empty world was like all the land and all that. So now imagine almost like Minecraft, they take a temple and say, hey, let's throw the fire temple right here and put some guardians over here. Hey, let's throw the water temple. If they do that,
so I think a lot of my problem is my spottiness of being able to play, and that affects it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But I agree with the weapon. If that weapon breaking system is still in Breath of the Wild 2, I'm not gonna be happy because I'm sitting here trying to give it a pass of that because, like I said, I'm not mad for people that do like it. I personally hate it, and I don't like what they do with the Master Sword either. Where you'll see when you get the Master Sword, it doesn't break, but it loses its charge power.
But I'm okay with that. It depends
But
on
you
how
get
long
it
it
back.
takes. Yeah, it depends on how long it takes. I don't mind because if they're making all the weapons break, then the Master Sword not break. That makes sense because it's the Master Sword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can agree with them not making it break, but instead they're like, okay, we don't want you to sit here, get the Master Sword, and destroy everything. So they got to take something from it.
Add a forger.
I get
Add
that.
a forge,
I get that.
Like listen, add a forge person, like someone that randomly travels.
Or
around.
add it as a skill. Add it as a skill you need to
Yeah,
learn.
something like
That'd be the perfect mix. Imagine that, right? Where if you want to not have your weapon break, you have to learn
That'd be
not to break your weapon.
You already learned how to cook.
That would be awesome. Like you have to teach yourself how to not break weapons,
That'd be
and you
cool.
become better at it where your weapons last longer.
That'd be
Like that type of like you want to make an open world, like that's fine. But now you're in a new realm of making games. That there are games that have been out in this open world for years, so they know how to master this shit. This is their world. They know what the little things that will piss people off to not have that happen. This is one of those things that I think if you're having this big of an open world and you want this to be as close to video game reality as possible, those are the small things you have to think about.
Augur.
I agree with you on that.
Not to hate the game. This is
The
not.
only thing, this is why I just said like from the beginning that I always felt like this is the blueprint for Nintendo because they've never really. First of all, they're working with this hardware like the Switch.
Yeah.
It's not like they have a hardware like the Xbox or the
Which is
PlayStation or even a
surprising.
PC
Which is surprising that their world's as good as
to even do this stuff. So,
Don't-
I mean, graphically, it's never gonna look like great or anything like that. Not that we're talking about graphics at all, but I feel like they needed to kind of test what they could do with the Switch because it is a brand new system and it did come out on launch day.
True.
So I feel like that's why this was the blueprint. Now I've said it before that this game is a 10,
It is.
but you could add more to it.
Yeah. I say
And
it's a 10 too.
that was the scary thing
I say it's a 10
for
too.
me. Was literally this is a 10 that could have more in it. And this is why I always said that this was the blueprint. Like Pokemon Sword and Shield
Yeah.
is the blueprint for finally a home console Pokemon
You
game.
have to have the blueprint. You have to.
You always have to have the blueprint. That's why I always said that this was the blueprint.
Yeah, because if you
Like
don't, it's gonna
I don't care what company you are. When you're going into a brand new venture. Yes, this is Zelda, but this is the first Zelda that was truly an open world Zelda.
endless.
Where it was endless. Granted, they kind of tested the grounds in Link Between Worlds, with the weapon rental, which wasn't the best thing, obviously, but they were kind of testing that to be like, here's a little more freedom. But this one was like freedom galore, and they had to see how they would do with this one.
I like the open world.
So-
I do. In the state that I'm in, it's tough. I'm trying to dedicate myself more to it.
It's tough.
So I'm mentally trying to prepare myself for it. The last open world game that I played religiously was Saints Row the Third. I was so absorbed in that because the world just kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and I love that. But that was the last open world game that absorbed me right in. But I had a lot of time to be able to sit down and be able to actually play that game. Zelda, I have no excuse because now I'm taking it portably with me. I should find more times, but it's just tough in my personal life to do that because I got to make a lot of sacrifices and options to do it. But I'm coming around to my personal life to allow myself to do that because I want to be able to enjoy this game like I do. Those small little things is what pisses me off, and it turns me away, unfortunately. But I'm learning to just cope with it and then still continue to play and not let that affect my experience with the game. So I think it's a fantastic game. It's Zelda. I don't expect anything less from them, and for them to venture into this new open world thing, I think is fantastic and something that we've all wanted. I wish Pokemon went this route. Will they eventually go this route? I hope so.
That's what college is saying. He feels like Sword and Shield is the formula for what Pokemon is going to be.
I mean, I would love that. Is it going to happen? I'm not too sure. I just don't think that's in their realm, and I believe they're one of those companies to be like, we don't have to do that. And they're right. You know what I mean? Unfortunately they are right. It's what the fans want, but do they have to? People are going to continue buying it the way it is? Yep. Yep. And that's just unfortunate, But I love to see that. I love to see it MMO. But it's just one of those hopes and dreams. I'd love to see a good X-Men movie.
Disney got it.
Yeah, Disney got it now, and they announced that they're officially going to do their X-Men series.
Fantastic Four.
They said
X-Men.
mutants will be introduced into the series, so we'll see where that goes.
Dun dun dun.
They kind of teased that a little bit into Spider-Man, I believe, without teasing it. They teased it without teasing it. If you're smart and you heard, you would know. So
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So all right, guys. Is there anything else we'd like to add? The last topic was not that important, so.
No, it's not a huge one. Tim Willits, who was at id Software for 24 years, is retiring.
Yep.
Pretty
Bye-bye.
much. The guy behind Doom and Rage 2 and all your favorite Bethesda games, pretty much.
But we know how games work without the big developers. They're still doing good.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, big creators. They always go back to him, ask him, hey, blah 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 blah. They'll be like, yeah.
Hey, so what would we
this."
do with this? So he's actually not retired,
Yeah.
but retired.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But that's it this week. Good topics, good talks. Enjoyed it a lot. Always have some good topics with everybody. But stay tuned. We have a lot of good stuff that we're trying to work on. Me and Kyle are working on the Extra Life game day. We have a lot of exciting stuff that we got, planned up.
which we just figured out is actually on a Sunday, not a Saturday.
Yeah, we thought it was on a Saturday, and we were going to do it on Sunday. But the day that we were going to do it on is actually the game day, so that works. We're going to see what we can pull for some big streamers. We're going to see if we can get some big streamers to come down and work with us for that day. So it's going to be exciting. If we can get a 24-hour one, we'll do it. But right now, we're just pretty much going to do, I think, a 12-hour thing.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Not even a 12-hour, I think. But we'll see what we can do.
It'll be a long day no matter what.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of plans. So we'll start announcing that soon. So
For the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
Doing it for the kids.
Trick love kids.
Trick love the kids.
But that's it for us today. Anything you guys want to add before we sign off?
35 more days.
I know.
I'm sorry, I had to say it again.
It's okay.
Go get them
Next
games.
week is going to be less than a month.
Go get those
My
games,
God.
man. Go get those PlayStation flash sale games. Go get those Xbox games.
Just buy Xbox
Oh my God,
Live.
summer sale
Xbox
galore. Please go get
Go
games.
get 'em.
Unless
Go
you
get
have
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Go get fucking Game Pass. Stop being lazy. Stop being
Yeah, but not
lazy.
all the games are on Game Pass.
More than 75%.
Yeah, but not all the games.
75%.
Not on the games.
Not all the games.
75%. Go buy Game
sound
Pass,
like freaking-
then go see what
I
they don't
sound
have
like
on
Apu from freaking Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Oh my god.
Well, that's it for us this week, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining. As always, continue to tell your mama, your grandmama, and your grandparents to come
That
watch
won
it.
a Nintendo Switch on the Southwest Airlines.
Yeah, all your grandparents.
According to Andre.
Tell your friends, come on and watch the show with us. Talk, chat. Let's get some gaming going on. Rant. We like to rant lately, so. But that's it for us this week. Catch us every Thursday from 6 to whenever the hell we feel like talking till. Most likely, always 8. If not 8, 7 the soonest. So, that's it for us this week. Until next week, we'll chat you later. Peace.